Hi friends, welcome back to the channel Ernest Lectures. In this session, we'll understand the concept algorithms and flowcharts from Unit 1. The subject name is problem solving and C programming, and the course code is Regulation 20 CS 101. So what is the meaning of a programming task? So a programming task basically can be divided into two parts. First one, a problem solving part, and second one, implementation part. A problem solving part produces an ordered sequence of steps that describe a solution of a problem. This sequence of steps is called an algorithm, whereas implementation part implement the program in some programming language. So what is an algorithm? An algorithm is defined as a well-defined sequence of steps that provides a solution for a given problem. Whereas a flowchart is defined as a graphical representation of the logic for problem solving. The purpose of a flowchart is making the logic of the program very clear in our visual representation. So different symbols are used to draw each type of flowchart. So here different symbols has been represented. Here is this symbol oval shape that describes the terminal, both start and stop. Next one, the parallelogram that is used for to represent input and output process. Next one, a rectangle. This symbol represents the process of this program. Next one, the document symbol represents hard copy. Then diamond symbol represents decision making of this program. Circle is the connector, and double-sided rectangle represents a subprogram. Then hexagon represents iteration, that is a looping concept of these particular programs. Certain rules for drawing a flowchart. The flowchart should be very clear, neat, and easy to follow. And the flowchart must have a logical start and finish. Only one flow line should come out from a process symbol, whereas only one flow line should enter a decision symbol. However, two or three flow lines may leave the decision symbol. So you may have the choice if the condition is true or false. So here, according to that, we may have multiple choices. So one among the choices will be selected at a time. Then only one flow line is used with a terminal symbol to end the process. Next one, we'll see some of the examples. First one, write an algorithm and to draw a flow chart to add two numbers. To implement this particular task, we need two integer numbers, and we are going to add these two numbers, and the result will be stored in a variable, and we are going to display the result to the user. So here, the first step, we start the program, and we will read two values for this variable a and b, and we are going to add these two numbers and store the result in this variable c. So that is the implementation part. We calculate the result. Then we are going to display the result that is stored in this variable c will be displayed to the user. Then finally we'll stop the program. So this algorithm can be represented as a graphical representation. So here we are making use of different symbols to represent each steps given in this algorithm. So here in this flowchart, first step, we are going to start the program. So that is oval symbol has been used here. Next one, a parallelogram for read and write operation. So here we are going to read the value for the variable a and b. The next one, calculation, that is the process, that is the implementation of this particular code. So here addition of two variables a plus b and the value is stored in this variable C. Next one, display the result to the end user. So here for this output operation, we will make use of a parallelogram symbol. Then next one, we will stop this program. So here the terminal stop is used over here. So that is all about describing an algorithm and flowchart with different symbols has been used for the a graphical representation of the given algorithm. So next one, write an algorithm and draw the flowchart to find the area of circle. So here the formula is 3.14 into radius. So we need to read the radius from the user. So here first we'll start the program, then read radius from the user to calculate area of circle. Then the next one, the calculation. So here area equal to 3.14 into radius. Now the result is stored in this variable area and that output is displayed to the end user. So here give the command print area, then stop this algorithm. So here this number of steps given in this algorithm is represented as a flow chart. So it is a graphical representation of an algorithm. So here we will start the program and get the input values, radius, then this is the calculation, that is a process, area equal to 3.14 into radius. Next one, display the area, that is the output is stored in this variable area. Next one, end the process. So here we have used different symbols to represent different process of this particular program. So next one, example 3 represents an algorithm and a flowchart to find the circumference of circle. So here we need to read the radius of a circle and the formula is 2 into 3.14 into r. 2 pi r. The value of pi value is 3.14. So here we read the values of radius, calculate and store the value in this variable C, then display the result to the user. So giving the instruction to read the values from the end user. So here we are reading the value for this variable R. Then this is the calculation part. Then we are displaying the result which is stored in this variable C. Then we will end the process. Next one, example 4 that describes an algorithm and flowchart to find the largest among two numbers. So we are having two different values in two different variables A and B, and we are going to find out which one is the greatest one. So we have to make use of a conditional statements. So here if A greater than B, then if the condition is true, I'll display the first line, that is display A is the largest number. If the condition is false, then I'll go for the second line, that is display B is the largest number. So here we are reading the value from the end user for A and B and we are checking the condition. So based on the condition, we will display any one of the statements. So here the entire algorithm is represented as a flow chart here. So I'll start the process and read the value A and B and I'll check the condition. If A is greater than B, then if the condition is true, I will display this particular statement. If the condition is false, then I will display output is B. Then finally, we will stop this process. So here in these conditional statements, among these two statements, any one of the statements will be executed. Next one, a C program to add two numbers. So here how this algorithm has been implemented as a C program. So here this is the basic structure of a C program. Here we have included a header file, that is standard input output or header file. And we have the main function. You have declared variables number 1, number 2 and sum. And we are going to read the value for these two variables using a predefined scanf function. So here the percentage D specifies a format specifier for this integer number. So here the first D represents number 1 and second D represents number 2 variable. Then we have two different values in these two variables. I'm going to add these two numbers and store the result in this variable sum. Next, I'm going to display the result to the user. So here the message is given, the sum of the given two numbers, that is number 1 and number 2, is the result, that is the last specifier for percentage D refers the variable sum, which has the result. So here this main function has two parts. One is a declaration part. We have declared different variables and we have specified what is the type of variable. And we have the logical implementation where we are reading the value from the end user for these two numbers. And we just add the numbers and store the result in this variable. Finally, we are displaying this result to the user. And here is the output. We are reading two numbers, 5 and 6. Now the result is displayed as sum of 5 and 6 is 11. The next program to find the largest among two numbers. So here we have included two header files, stdio.h and conio.h. Then we'll start from this main. So here we have declared two variables a and b to read two different integer numbers. And here we are displaying a message that is enter two numbers. So user will read two numbers in this variable a and b. We are going to check if a is greater than b, then I will print a message that a is the largest number. Else, if the condition is false, then I will print the message b is the largest number. So in a conditional statements, any one of the statements will be executed. And finally, we'll close that main program. And this is the output. The output of the code is, first we will enter two numbers, 200 and 100. So among these two numbers, 200 is the larger number. Okay, so that is all about the concepts of algorithm and flowchart. So algorithm is nothing but a sequence of steps to be defined to solve the problem, whereas a flowchart represents a graphical representation of the given algorithm to solve the problem. So thank you.